Agent, open the door.
Hello, Mr. Herman. Just gonna bust on out, huh? Gonna lock me in here? What a jerk. Hang on, man. Hang on, dude. This is not how we do things. Oh, crap. Wow, that guy was tough.
Glad you're not hurt, Agent.
Command should not have left us to be surrounded.
Risk is part of the job. I think you lucked out this time.
Agent Navarra and I were ready to go in, but for no reason they said pull back. I do not retreat. Please give me a weapon and move out of the way.
You disobeyed orders because you're just that stubborn. Alright, you want a weapon. But I don't want to give you any of my weapons. Nah, man. You gotta get out of here. You're gonna take on everybody with a knife? I don't think so. Let me deal with all of this. My objective was to get you out of here, and you're going to listen.
First thing is to get you out of here. I'll handle the enemy.
Excuse that I have forgotten your brother Paul Denton and the infinite power of nano-augmentation.
I just can't spare any arms. Please retreat to a safe location.
Go ahead. Advance up the stairs to the command center at the top. I will take my rusty metal bones and sweep away into the junk pile.
Inferiority complex much? Okay, so apparently this place is clear. I think that's what his objective was once he broke out, was to clear out the rest of the baddies. I found some soda. Again, could use some health. 2 points. 2 hit points. Alright, so we've got an accuracy mod here. What does it actually do? When clamped to the frame of most projectile weapons, a harmonic balancer will dampen the vertical motion produced by firing a projectile, resulting in increased accuracy. Okay, so it reduces vertical recoil, in other words. UNATCO Ops File Note SC-108-Blue. Almost any weapon that has a significant amount of vibration can be modified with a balance, or a balancer. I've even seen it work with the mini crossbow and a prototype plasma gun. Sam Carter. End note. Drag over the weapon to upgrade. Weapons highlighted in green can be upgraded with this mod. Alright. So, reduced vertical recoil. I think, again, I would want that for an assault rifle. So, a clip modification and an accuracy modification for an assault rifle sounds great. I'll save these two. Now, where are we, actually? What's actually going on here? I'm almost certain there's something back there for me. Oh, look, there's a room back there. And here's another door. I could pick the lock, or blow it open.
Now I see the reason for the pullback. They wanted to show off their new nano-augmentation technology.
You know, I'm inclined to believe you're correct. You're standing on a smelly corpse, dude. Get out of here!
I will not interfere with your demonstration.
Whatever. Let's see what was in your cell. Let's see what you neglected to use to aid yourself in an escape. Huh, nothing. Okay. I don't want to touch that. I know that hurts. Alright, so they really did leave you in a completely barren room. Just checking around to make sure I'm not missing anything hidden. Break open the trash bags. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't hide any weapons or anything like that in the trash bags. Or ammo. Alright, so we're done here. Let's go see what's actually in this door. Wait, I hear footsteps again. But if that guy above couldn't hear the gunfire and everything that was going on over here, I'm sure he's not going to be too worried about stuff like this. Now, is it really worth my 1 lamb to save my 1 lockpick? Oh no, I've got 2 lockpicks. Let's use those. Let's get in here. What is actually in this room? Soy food. Sweet.
This security setup is strictly amateur stuff. Keep an eye out for ways to bypass it. These old pre-millennial buildings are riddled with ventilation shafts and maintenance tunnels.
You bet they are. Oh, so I didn't even need the lockpick. If I could have found a way over these... Well, no, I don't think there actually was a way over these, so I did need the lockpick. What new information can we learn in here? What's a PS20? disposable plasma-based weapon, developed by an unknown security organization as a next-generation stealth pistol. A plasma pistol? Unfortunately, the necessity of maintaining a small physical projectile restricts the weapon to a single shot. Despite its limited functionality, the PS20 can be lethal at close range. Huh, a close-range option. Okay. Seems kind of fun. It's one shot, it's got 100% accuracy, and deals 27 damage. Doesn't seem that lethal. Using up a lot of BE just with my flashlight in here. Let's go ahead and read that in a moment, once I've gotten to a place where I don't have to use up flashlight energy. Because that just got added to my notes. And through here, what have we? Bad geometry design. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was fine with the original engine, but I've done just a few updates. Some minor glitches. Ah! Okay, that's fun. What a good example. Alright, let's get in here where it's dark. Let's read that note. So many people use that ATM each day that it's busted 90% of the time, but if it's working, you might need some cash today for the pub crawl we've got planned in the city. Don't let the tourists get you down. See you there tonight, sweetie. Account number 230023-4558. From Jonathan. I was serious last night. I really want to get married in the statue. We met there on duty and all our friends work there. Pretty cool. Let's go steal that guy's money. 230023. What the frick? Why is this suddenly all really bright? What happened? Was it like this a moment ago? No, now it's... Are my eyes playing tricks on me, or was that like really bright just a moment ago and I don't know. I'm not even gonna continue to comment on it, because if I'm just hallucinating, this talk is gonna sound weird. Okay, let's be careful, because those guys could probably see me. I want that ATM, though. Make sure not to use my flashlight where they could possibly see me. Leave that guy alone. And what was the password? 4558. 230023-4558. Log in. You've got 200 credits. I'll take them all. Thank you. You can have your marriage another day. Is it getting darker in here? Okay, I feel weird. This feels really weird. Alright, so up we go, says he. That camera. There's those stairs. What the? Ah! I've been spotted. Ow, 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 ow. Plasma pistol. What the? No! Oh,
this is what I signed on for.
Oh, that was absolutely terrible. And a lie. That was such a lie. It was supposed to be fatal at close range, and then whenever I tried to switch to my pistol, JC just threw the plasma pistol out of the way. And now this happened. And I don't think this game autosaves, so you've got to keep saving on your own. Yep. Alright. Let me get caught back up to that point, and I'll throw some editing magic in. Okay, we're back here. I've just rescued Agent Harriman. I was able to get into the statue a little bit more efficiently this time. I left a few of the guys outside alive because I was just able to sneak by them rather than having to directly confront them. I wish some things could have... I wish I could have made it turn out exactly the same way that it did when I ran through here before, but I'll go ahead and quick save. Unfortunately, I can't make that turn out that way because that is just the nature of the beast. As far as Deus Ex is concerned, you know more about the area, the easier it is to actually play through it. In any case, I guess it's not really unfortunate. Like I said, it is the nature of the beast. But in any case, I rescued Agent Herman, and this time I actually noticed this thing. I don't know what this does. Really? Agent, you had a brick right here that you could have pressed this entire time to get out. I guess I didn't notice it on my first time through either, so I guess I can't really blame you. But you had much more time in this cell than I did.
Enjoy yourself. Soon they will be tired of their new toy.
Right. So anyway, now we're essentially back where we were before. I picked up all the items. I think I picked up all the items that I did last time. So my inventory is actually in a little bit better shape than it was before because I haven't had to use so many of my resources. In fact, yeah, I've still got tons of these first aid kits now because I snuck in this time. I'm going to go ahead and keep them. I did, after all, have to redo all this work, and I consider that to be the price that I'll pay for keeping those medkits. And this guy is already down, so no worries about that. Now we are supposed to head up to the command center. All those guys upstairs are still alive, so I've got to be aware of that. I don't know what this is. Oh, really? Is this another way in? Wow. Oh, we're out front. This is the front of the building. Ha! So here is yet another way into the building. That is crazy. That little robot's gonna see me, isn't he? Let's make sure we don't get seen. There's no reason to pay attention to that entrance since we're already inside, but still, that's cool. Could serve as a potential exit. Look, there's another PS-20. You can only carry one at a time. Why? They're useless. Point blank range didn't kill somebody. You can only carry one, as if they're supposed to be like really powerful or something. Okay, this isn't where I want to go. How to actually get up from here? Oh, I guess this is the only way. To return through the direction from whence we came. Oh, and this time I actually dealt with the turret and the camera by throwing this TNT box down there. And this looks like toxic. Yeah, it's a poison barrel. Okay, so here we are, nearing the top of the statue, and remember, these guys are all still alive. We are approaching from a different angle this time, though. And I think these guys are going to have that same conversation that they had last time.
Did they find the shipment?
Yeah, we got the whole supply. You can see the ship's lights crossing the bay.
Guess y'all were right. So why aren't we pulling out?
Mike's on the horn. Jojo wants a lead on the distribution network.
Hell, we don't have enough men to protect what we've got.
That's what Jojo wants.
I wonder, how does a guy with a tattooed forehead get to be an NSF colonel?
Who was that? I didn't
Nobody.
see a uniform.
Nobody. It was nobody. I just snuck right on by.
Nothing. I guess we're safe.
That guy was way too into his conversation. Some dude in a black trench coat just kind of skulks on by through the passage. Either he really thinks he didn't see anything, or he's just like, you know what, I'm not going to screw with that. That was nothing. Don't worry about it. Let's just keep talking.
Gunther has reestablished contact. He says you helped him escape. Good work.
Well, good. At least he's giving credit where it's due. That guy wanted my pistol.
Some news, JC. The NSF targeted a shipment of the plague vaccine Ambrosia. We can't locate it. See if the leader will surrender when you reach the command post. We'd like to interrogate him.
Ambrosia. A cure for the plague. 150 exploration points awarded. Pretty cool. And here we have an NSF dude. Hopefully
Let's
he
get
doesn't...
out of here.
I'm standing my ground.
Someone tripped the alarm downstairs. They're closing in.
This is it, Private. We knew it might come to this.
What good are we to the NSF if we end up dead?
If you NatCo breach the perimeter, then it's already too late. Get ready to fight.
That's Founder. He's a cop.
I didn't want to fire off any of my own guns, so I minimized the amount of noise, because I know we've got other guards nearby. Spray them up with some pepper spray to debilitate them, some crowd control, and then knock them out. Take their ammo. These guys were ready to fight. I think it's safe to leave them here. They'll at least be a distraction if anybody comes up those stairs.
Easy. We want you to take this one alive and conscious. Find out what you can about the shipment, then turn him over to one of the troopers.
So don't shoot that guy. It's okay. Wow, 750 skill points. Quick save. Learned my lesson. There he is. He doesn't notice me. IFF green. Hello, sir. I need to know what you know about the Ambrosia shipment.
Don't shoot. I surrender.
So you think you know better than FEMA what to do with this month's Ambrosia shipment?
You're too late. It's on its way back to the people, and you can't do a damn thing about it.
Well, I can't really threaten him. It's just intimidation, if it's at that point. But they're both the same thing, so it doesn't really matter what I say here.
Tell me about the shipment, and I'll order the troops to pick you up as a prisoner instead of a corpse.
Ask away. We already won this round.
Where are you taking it?
We're just giving ordinary people the same chance to survive as the bureaucrats in Washington.
You'll have to unload in New York because the choppers would spot you at sea.
I think the government made the plague on purpose to get rid of the population growth.
Well done. I will pass on your orders to the troopers. Report back to base on the west side of the island. Mission complete.
And here is the UNATCO troopers. Anything else you want to say before they take you away?
Just answer the question.
Don't believe me? It's all in the numbers. For 100 years, there's been a conspiracy of plutocrats against ordinary people.
Do you have a single fact to back that up?
Number one, in 1945, corporations paid 50% of federal taxes. Now they pay about 5%. Number two, in 1900, 90% of Americans were self-employed. Now it's about 2%.
So?
It's called consolidation. Strengthen governments and corporations, weaken individuals. With taxes, this can be done imperceptibly over time.
Go on.
I guarantee you that the interrogation staff at UNATCO will not be as forbearing as I am.
Yeah, the secret police. You're just bullies for a completely illegitimate government in Washington.
We will locate that shipment one way or another.
The entire executive branch is handpicked. 19 of the last 23 U.S. presidents have been members of the Trilateral Commission. The Trilateral Commission is financed by the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. Don't tell me.
That's a think tank. Anyone can become a member.
But not everyone does. That's why they call it the secret government.
Just tell me where the freaking shipment is.
You can't fight ideas with bullets.
You're one of those.
Did you ever ask what it's for? The surveillance, the police, the shoot-on-sight laws. Is that freedom?
Look, man, I don't make the rules.
Long shift.
Who freaking asked you, dude? I was trying to... You totally broke my mojo, man. I was like right in the zone with this guy. What's your problem?
Finally let us loose. We were right behind you and cut through them like a hot knife through butter.
Well, if you say so. I dealt with most of them.
I'll take it from here.
Yeah, you better. Because you totally screwed up my groove. What is this? An augmentation canister. An augmentation canister teams with nanoscale mechanocarbon ROM modules suspended in a carrier serum. When injected into a compatible host subject, aka me I'm supposing, these modules augment an individual with extra sapient abilities. However, proper programming of augmentations must be conducted by a medical robot, otherwise terminal damage may occur. For more information, please see Face of the New Man by Kelly Chance. Can add microfibril muscle combat strength. Those sound somewhat familiar. Can only be installed with the help of a midbot. Microfibril muscle and combat strength. I thought those were the same thing. So, I guess those are different. I think I think the microfibril muscle makes it so I can lift heavy objects, and combat strength makes it so that my melee attacks deal more damage. We shall see. My inventory is nearly full. Anything else you've got hiding around here? Why did you have that?
Good work, Agent.
Thanks. Anything else?
Your NATCO teaches teenagers to fight when it still seems like a game. And look at you. You're a killing machine.
I only killed those who were, like, really... I only killed those who were actually already shooting at me, so it's... I am kind of a killing machine, but I didn't abuse that power. Come on, man. Got me some slack. You're... Come on. You're being mean. What's my next objective? There we go. Report to headquarters on the west side of the island for debriefing. Okay, sweet. So straight back to headquarters. We know where that is. Down we go. Okay, so moving down ladders is actually kind of tough. I'd better learn that here and now, otherwise it's going to kill me later. Let's see, I moved onto the ladder first, turn. There we go. Wow, we got to be careful with that. It doesn't like really... It's sort of like a magnet, but it doesn't lock you into climbing up or down, so it's... There's like no toggleable ladder climb mode. Unconscious, good. They left these guys unconscious. They didn't actually kill them. Not that I'm developing any kind of sympathy for them or anything. I just don't like my work undone. Out we go. I remember there were grenades here. I wonder if those are still active. They are! Frickin' UNATCO troops didn't check for this? This is BS. Oh well. I'm UNATCO. I guess UNATCO technically is still clearing this place out. That could be dangerous. They need to get on that. I'm gonna report this to Manderley. Alright, so down we go toward UNATCO HQ off in that direction. And everything should be safe now. I'll just head out through the building then, if the front way is clear. Oops, don't need this guy. Ahoy there, troopers! You're doing good work of not doing too much good work. At least you're good at that. Is this ours now, technically? Ooh, a lockpick. Yes, this is ours now. Totally sweet. These things didn't come in too much handy. Flares? They probably can. They just didn't. So we still don't know where the vaccine is. Hey man, you still selling stuff?
Plenty more cleaning house to do when we chase these sons of bitches into the city. Tell me what you need.
You are still selling stuff. Do I want a scope? Seems expensive. No thanks.
I'll check back with you later.
Now, sir, you should be turning that into the quartermaster. I wish I could tell him that. Paul, I did it, buddy! I put on a good demonstration!
We've got the island secured. How did things look in the statue? The leader surrendered. So they were after Ambrosia. A month's supply for the East Coast. We think they've taken it back to the city. I didn't know UNATCO handled the Ambrosia distribution. Manderley will brief us shortly. UNATCO makes sure the limited supply of vaccine gets to government agencies and key industries. It's good to finally see some action. Just keep a level head. You're doing well so far. Now get inside. I'll meet you in Manderley's office, level 2.
Manderley's office, level 2. Thank you.
Get inside. I'll meet you in Manderley's office.
Alright, I got it. You are ranking officer. You came before me, so... I have my orders. Defying Congress for the third time this year, President Meade unilaterally paid the United States late dues to the United Nations. Like good tenants, we must pay our rent on time, he told reporters. Wow, that sounds... Leaders of both parties criticized the move. Where does he get the cash? Asked Senator Ryden, D. Illinois. Clearly from some budget item yet to be approved by this Congress. The Republicans were no kinder. This council member has been betrayed, and so has America. Said Senator Osno Liverpool, Republican from California. The Congress came together to approve a UNATCO presence on U.S. soil, but we did not write a blank check. No, sir. A superpower does not pay rent. Hey, man. We paid our debts. That's cool, right? That's a good thing. Jeez, stop being such a downer, guys.
Way to go, sir. I thought Gunther was a goner.
Nah, I got to that guy. He wanted my pistol, but he got out safe and sound. He seemed pretty capable of dealing stuff without...
It's my first day, too. I'm pretty excited.
Really? He seemed pretty capable of dealing with stuff without my weapon.
That's against protocol, Agent.
What, this computer? Is it really? I probably shouldn't hack it, huh? Alright.
I was in your class at the academy. You probably don't remember.
No, Private. I certainly don't. But hey, you're doing well, right? I mean... Desk job?
Check in with Manderley on level 2.
Yeah, I know. These loading screens. Okay, let's save. Yeah, look at that. That's what I'm talking about right there. Lady killer. Ow, look at that. I'm thirsty.